Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So I'm doing a almost 9-month look back at the movie Prey, and I gotta say, I do find this movie somewhat rewatchable. As I said I have defended this movie several times, as I have said in my review of it. The wokeness factor is extremely, extremely low, meaning if it's only really how you choose to perceive some lines, whether or not they are can be perceived as woke. I mean, believe it or the marketing for this movie was indeed woke. That I will absolutely say was woke. But this movie, even looking back after 9 months and rewatching it again, both versions, I watched the Comanche version and the normal, I do not see much wokeness in it. Is there some bad acting? Sure. Is there some room for improvement of the story? Absolutely. This movie, I do believe, has some good merit in it. That hasn't changed. And a lot of people continue to bash it. And they continue to say, how can the Special Forces team lose to a Predator, yet this girl gets to beat one? Well, I've also explained that in previous videos. This Predator specifically, compared to the 87 Hunter, their level of experiences and their level of experience is extremely wide, almost to an infinite level, where the Predator in Prey, his experience level is rookie level at best. The experience of the Predator in 87 is a lot more in experience. Sorry. He's hunted on thousands of worlds, the one in 87. He came to hunt on Earth because he was looking for prey that could test him truly. And he ended up dying there. This Predator, this is his first hunt on the planet Earth, where the other Predator has been through his blooding ritual. He's fought and killed several other species the galaxy over. And yet, he did die when he came across the Special Forces team. And yes, he managed to slaughter most of them, but he lost to Arnold Schwarzenegger's Dutch. This one, its experience is low. It's constantly injured throughout the film. Its foot, its leg, its shoulder, or all over, from the hunters to the bear to the wolf and whatnot. They all, or as well as the Comanches themselves, they all managed to harm this thing. I mean, Naru's brother puts its own weapon through its damn shoulder. This thing also fought Naru at a heavy disadvantage because it had brain damage. She literally shot the thing through the back of its head, and it ended up pulling off its mask. So this thing was also heavily concussed. Not only that, it was in shock as well. It had a lot of disadvantages going for it when she fought it. If this thing was a peak hunter, like the Predator from 87, she would have indeed lost her life. So with that all clarified, for those of you who have a hard time understanding this, let's get into the review, where The acting, the parts that were suffering acting-wise were the male actors that were sent to get Naru, the ones that were always making fun of her and shit. I mean, yes, they could have easily thought of better ways to insult her, but I feel that that may have been forced. Some of their acting doesn't seem to fit what is portrayed. This is, mind you, 300 years ago, and there is, mind you, less polluted ideology in Native American culture at the time. Polluted ideology meaning from other cultures. So, yes, this movie, or I do believe that they should have at least tried to go toward a more traditional value of the Comanche behavior, as even if they were just insulting and saying, you give your weapon a leash and yada yada. It's like, no, man. I mean, even a smart person would have realized, or even a dumb person would have realized there was a use for it. So I do believe that some of the acting is a little dumb. Amber Midthunder's performance, though, her performance was actually quite well done. And a lot of people want to say that she's a Mary Sue. Well, a Mary Sue doesn't fail. A Mary Sue doesn't get her ass knocked out from falling out of a tree. A Mary Sue doesn't have to struggle to get where she is. And it's only because she was incredibly observant. She's a good tracker. She knows medicine. The stuff is established. And yes, she does stand against the norm every now and then. However, she did struggle to be a hunter. As a warrior, she was actually quite skilled. But as a hunter, where you're hunting other things like bears and whatnot, other predators, so to speak, she struggled. Now, again, I will also reiterate, like I did in my in my review that was a live review for this, that there's the scene where she creates the rope for her tomahawk. I wish that there was an alternative cut where she's throwing it, and as she pulls back, it doesn't automatically go to her hand. I wish they would have shown her working at it, And if they would have shown cuts of her dropping it or cringing at first from it or whatnot, that would have showed a progression. And even if they had done, okay, I missed it the first time and I got it the second time, they're showing multiple cuts, meaning it's plausible she would have had to have tried multiple times to catch it and become so fluid with the movement. So there is that. Objectively, this movie is, I believe last time I gave it an 8, so yeah, I'll stand around an 8. There is some writing issues, there are some acting issues, there are some directing issues. However, the movie is very solid. It doesn't have the amount of identity politics that everybody seems to think it does back then. And yes, I will continue to defend this film. And I will continue to say that those who continue to bash it for no justified reason should honestly bring their arguments forward and bring them forward in a way that is comprehensive and shows that you paid attention. Otherwise, you're just going to make yourself look like a fool. Anyway, folks, this movie subjectively was about a 9 out of 10. I enjoyed it. There were a few things, or I don't judge it too harsh or as harsh as an objective standard. But yes, this movie was entertaining to a degree. I do wish that they also had subtitles so that we could understand what they're saying in Comanche and what they're saying in French. That's another thing that I have a problem with. But other than that, moviegoer, this movie was very entertaining. I enjoyed it. And I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. So, yeah, even after 9 months, this movie still has some entertainment value. And I enjoy it. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all have a wonderful day. If you like this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What did you think of Prey? Have you watched it recently? Have you seen it at all? Would this be your first time watching? Let me know. Anyway, folks, this has been Orange Chat Reviews. Have a wonderful day, and always remember, stay humble.